Your hormones are like little chemical messengers that work for you constantly to improve the way the body functions. And if these things are out of balance, then you can expect that you're going to have symptoms. I want to talk to you today specifically about estrogen dominance and a lot of the unwanted symptoms that come when it's high or when it's out of balance as compared to its counterpart, progesterone. Now, this can happen in both men and women, and a lot of these symptoms are going to be things like heavy or irregular cycles, difficulty losing weight, low sex drive, anxiety, depression, endometriosis, mood swings, fibroids, and PMS. In my personal story, after coming off birth control, I started bioidentical hormone therapy. Now, I thought it was a lot better for me, and I didn't realize I had a stagnant liver, and that's because I was told my labs were normal. The excess estrogen was building up and it was playing a role in a lot of the symptoms I was experiencing. So my doctor's answer was to give me more progesterone because he wanted to bring those more into balance. But it was a dangerous combination for me that led to a lot of sleepless nights, irritability, weight gain, and a lot of other symptoms that I'm going to share with you today that you may be experiencing. So I want to introduce you to the role of estrogen and progesterone in the body so that you have a better understanding of what these things actually do for you and how to know if they're off. Estrogen is the hormone that takes charge the first half of the cycle, and it builds up the uterine lining to prepare you in case you want to get pregnant. And that's for women. If you have ever looked at this on testing, you're probably looking at E1, E2, and E3, and they're all important. They give us our girlish figure, they balance our moods, strengthen our bones, they improve our memory, and they make our skin look great. So we're thinking, well, estrogen sounds amazing, right? Well, it is when it's in balance. And progesterone, which is its counterpart, it peaks in the second half of the cycle, and it's what maintains your uterine lining. So in the event that you get pregnant, your progesterone levels are going to support that healthy pregnancy. Ovulation is what produces that progesterone, and with it, we get protection from cancers. It helps us really enter into that deep sleep at night. It keeps us really calm and makes us feel grounded. So when things are off balance and your estrogen levels are significantly higher than your progesterone levels, you're said to be in estrogen dominance. Now, this can occur in two different ways. One is that if your estrogen levels are normal and you have low progesterone, then you could enter into early perimenopause. You could have signs of PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, and you may be cycling every month, but you just may not be ovulating. If your estrogen levels are actually high, but your progesterone levels are normal, that is also considered estrogen dominance, but you're going to get a different set of symptoms. You're going to have excess body fat, you're going to have digestive issues, impaired liver detoxification, and a lot of this can be coming from external toxins that you're bringing into your body. These are things found in what is often referred to as xenoestrogens, and those are found in toxic makeup, skincare products, body products, a lot of the plastics, cleaning chemicals, and other environmental toxins. But either way, it doesn't matter which form of estrogen dominance you're experiencing, you're going to also have probably a lot of other symptoms that come along with those. You can even have things like breast tenderness, frequent headaches as a sign. A lot of people will enter into a hypothyroid state and experience memory loss, cognitive dysfunction, and even sugar cravings. And if these things progress, then that's when we get disease. So those look like endometriosis. I did mention PCOS, fibroids. You can get breast and uterine cancer. And men, don't think you're free here. You're at risk for things like prostate cancer, mood disorders, erectile dysfunction, and even male infertility. So you probably want to know, well, how in the world do I address this and reverse it? Well, if you have these symptoms, then the best way to look at it is through hormone testing. I love looking at this through the Dutch urine test because it's going to help you determine whether or not or how well you're metabolizing that estrogen. And depending on how well your body's using it and getting rid of the excess, that's really going to be information you need to really address those symptoms that you're experiencing. So estrogen has the ability to take different pathways as it's leaving the body, and we're getting rid of the excess. So depending on the pathway that you're favoring, you're going to want to choose supplements or lifestyle habits that really contribute to helping that pathway. And if you choose not to test, you could actually be doing more damage, because supplements that you take are going to really depend on the pathway that seems to be kind of broken. Now, I'm going to give you an example of this so you understand what I mean. A lot of people are going to say, oh, you're in estrogen dominance, just take DIM. DIM is a supplement that you can take. You can get it over the counter, but I'm going to caution you there and let you know that that is not always the answer. If you take DIM, then you could do more harm to your body if you, number one, already have low estrogen levels, because it will lower them more. And you also are going to just take it for no reason if you're not addressing the correct pathway that's being affected. So you really just want to make sure that you see those things on a test to make sure you're treating this correctly. And if you're curious about specific tests or my favorite test or what those hormone pathways look like, I also offer a consultation and with a purchase of a test. So you could do that through me, and I'll share with you the best next steps to help you get rid of some of this excess so that you can bring your hormones back into balance. If you want to do this on your own at home, perfectly fine. A lot of times testing is going to help you uncover that underlying cause, but you can consider a few of those lifestyle steps so that you can modify your diet and things like that, your lifestyle, to help improve this naturally, which are always things that I recommend to my clients while we're simultaneously working on the results with supplements and other things that we get through testing. So one is you're going to want to eliminate alcohol and processed foods. These things are impairing your liver, so it's really taxed, and the liver plays an important role in detoxification of estrogen. Number two is you want to eat foods that are going to help you with estrogen detox. Things like flax seeds have lignans. Those help bind to the estrogens and remove them from the body. Wild-caught salmon can increase the formation of good, healthy estrogen pathways. So if we're taking a dangerous pathway, then that's what can lead to some of those symptoms that we mentioned earlier. But if you're moving toward a healthier pathway, then you're going to detox a lot easier and feel a lot better. We can support with eggs. Eggs actually support the liver as well, and they help detox those estrogen metabolites. Number three is you want to support your digestive tract, and you can do this through prebiotic-rich foods and things like garlic, onions, leeks, asparagus, artichokes. Those actually become food for the healthy bacteria in your gut, and they can improve digestion, which in turn improves estrogen metabolism. You want to make sure, number four, that your meat is ethically sourced, since conventionally raised meats, they're known to be a high source of estrogen, and they also have negative impacts on your cortisol levels, and it can lead to an imbalance in our bodies. The fifth thing is you want to make sure that you're pooping daily. This helps us get rid of those estrogen metabolites, and when you're constipated, the estrogens are going to recirculate in the body, and they're going to contribute to those high levels. And the last thing is clean up your personal care products. You can opt for non-toxic brands. Some of my favorites are Beauty Counter or Lumvi. And since estrogens are found in the majority of our skincare products, just by cleaning those up, you're giving your body less of a toxic impact of some of those xenoestrogens that are actually raising your levels. So I know that this is a lot of information, and just know that hormone balance can be very disruptive to your life. I understand that, but there is a better answer than just popping a pill and increasing those hormones. And remember that these are little chemical messengers. They're going around the body. They're responsible for creating a lot of these cascades that we see on a daily basis, the way we feel, disease processes, a lot of the symptoms that I've mentioned in this video. And when they're out of balance, we can feel like we're falling apart. So if you're experiencing any of these symptoms and you're ready to take your health to the next level, to work to heal your digestive system, balance your hormones naturally, That's exactly what I do when I work with my clients. And what makes the difference in this process is that I offer a full assessment that dives really deep into the history, takes a comprehensive look, looking at some of those advanced labs when they're needed, and we're looking at risk factors to really help you uncover the imbalances so you can address those at the root. So if that sounds like what you're looking for, then I have a short application around this video. Make sure you complete that to schedule your time with me so we can determine if it's a good fit for us to partner together to help you resolve some of these hormone imbalances naturally.